What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here by my co-host Curtis, Johnson, and Mr. Malik Brown. Fellas, how are you all doing today?
Living good, my brother.
That is amazing. And, of course, as always on Out of Bounds, we have a special guest in the building coming all the way from Detroit. We have a mixed martial arts, a martial artist, a legendary martial artist up there in the 313 Detroit.
Man,
what up? Go ahead,
Hall
Kurt.
of Fame, brother, but go ahead.
Hall of Fame. Wait, hold on. We're gonna have
say get it right.
Mr. Detroit, please get the accolades right.
Please line me up. Straight between Dexter and Linwood, baby.
Dexter and Linwood.
Yeah, where it all started at.
But Brother Johnson, what's he know about Dexter Linwood, man?
I'm trying to school them, man. They halfway listen, but they do too much fact checking. They gang up on me. But now I got my sensei on here, the guy who, taught and trained me how to, I already knew how to fight, but just to keep my attitude together. And as a result of his help and his foot to my donkey, I serve the Lord with joy.
There it is. You have a 5-time martial arts world champion, a 9th degree black belt. That means 9 times he has found a different way to beat you up. 9 different ways. In very masterful fashion. Everybody give it up. For Mr. Richard Plowden. Hey!
Yeah. Hall of
Thank you,
Fame.
gentlemen. Thank you, audience.
I'm standing up. Yeah.
Salute, sir. How are you doing today?
Yeah.
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing swell, Sensei.
Doing good.
We have some basic questions, and then most importantly, we love to celebrate Black people here. We love to illuminate Black people here. And we love to spotlight Black people. And the reason why I said it twice, because the general media is only doing it half as much. So I got to go a little bit overboard with saying we love Black people because we love Black people because we love Black people because we really love Black people.
How do you feel about Black people, Kurt?
I love Black people.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure, Kurt? I'm not so convinced.
Why? Because I'm light-skinned?
Oh Lord, here we go. All right, we're here with the Hall of Famer himself, man.
If it ain't Detroit, I ain't got my hat on today because folks were saying he always got that hat on. He old. He might be bald-headed.
Hey, nothing wrong with bald now, Kurt. Come on, man.
You see, Donald Glover has joined he's got the Michael Jordan going on. Shout out to Donald Glover. Shout out to Atlanta, which came out
That's
this week
childish.
as well.
See, I'm old, but that's childish Gambino, ain't it?
Yeah, it's Childish Gambino.
You on game, Kurt? You on game?
Yeah, I love that song. This is America. Caught you slipping or something. Don't cut you slipping. Yeah, I like that song. The video's tight. But no, Brother Richard, what interested you in martial arts in the beginning, sir?
It's a great question. My older brother was manager of a bank. Back then it was Manufacturers Bank. And across the street from the bank was a Taekwondo school. So the owner of the school had his accounts at the bank. And at that point in time, believe it or not, my brother, while managing the bank, didn't have a car. He caught the bus. So the bus stop was right outside the school. So the instructor would encourage him to come in and wait for the bus. And he talked my brother into taking lessons. So my brother came home excited one day and told my dad he was going to start taking Taekwondo lessons. My dad pointed at me and said, take him with you. And that began the journey. My brother wasn't real excited about it because there's about a little over an 8-year age difference between us. So, no 21, 22-year-old wants to hang out with their teenage brother. I was 13, but my dad insisted. My brother took me, and more or less the rest was history. And Kurt, my brother, both of you are alumni from Morehouse.
Right. And my question to follow up on that, what was the name of the school and where was it located?
Juan Park Taekwondo and it was on Joy Road and Brace. This was back in 1973.
Wow. Wow. And it's funny you mentioned, and as you was going through this, it was the 70s, and unfortunately, like most things, people try to take the shortcut, because there used to be a lot of cats that would go down to the Palms or the Fox or the State Theater and watch a couple Kung Fu movies, and they thought they had a black belt or something.
You're absolutely right. You're right. This was right at the start of the Bruce Lee boom.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
So going really off into black exploitation, did you ever feel like you was Timac in The Last Dragon, walking around with your karate stuff?
Well, not really, because by the time The Last Dragon came out, I was really into it.
Okay.
So, and believe it or not, well, I'm friends with Timac on Facebook right now, but he and I are acquaintances. But I was more of the Jim Kelly fan.
Right.
That type of thing. Kelly was more of my hero.
Right. So the listening audience for sure, and because of our relationship, I know, but and let me prod you for not being your humble self as you always are, because I'm so proud of you, and I want the listening audience to know. But a lot of people don't know you beat Billy Blanks.
Oh yeah, Billy and I locked horns quite a few times.
Yeah,
quite a few times. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Shard and Malik, do y'all know who Billy Blanks is?
Yes, sir. I know who Billy Blanks is.
Who's Billy Blanks then?
Billy Blanks, man. Taboo, man. You know what I'm saying? Infomercials.
It's not Taboo. It's Tybo.
Tybo. you falling asleep at your grandma's house. You wake up at 2 a.m. and he on the screen talking about Taboo. Get it, Taboo.
The infomercials. That's right.
Right. Okay, well, dig this here. He filling a valuable space for entertainment, because I would much rather watch Billy Blanks than ever see Richard Simmons or Tony exercise again in my life. So, and plus, Billy Blanks' a brother.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hard-working brother too.
Yeah. Who are some of your famous students? You mentioned some relationships, but who are some of your famous students? Because I first one comes at like Dr. Sindair's daughter. She's famous now, isn't she? Brother to wear the afro. Always be talking about black man.
I'm sorry, Kurt, you broke up. Say that again.
I think his name's Dr. Sindair. Wear afro. Big afro. I might be saying his name, or light skin though, red bone.
I'm not sure who you're referencing, honestly.
Yeah, to train his daughter.
Oh man, I've had so many folks over the last 50 years, 40-something years come through the doors, man.
Well, yeah. Well, tell us some of your famous students.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I've really taught anybody of any real fame. I would have to jog my memory, Kurt. I've been in the head so much.
And that's real and that's fair. And speaking of that, do you have an opinion on youth, getting involved in martial arts, mixed martial arts, or football for that matter, as it relates to this CTE stuff?
That is a great question. Being a competitive person myself, and being someone who enjoys watching competitive sports, I really can't say that I would discourage it, depending on the leadership, right? Because that's what really becomes important. You have to, as a coach, as an instructor, as a mentor, your job is to look out for the people that you have that you're working with. And too often, I think we get so caught up in us as individuals and don't look out for the people that we have who are under us. So we look at them as being disposable and that type of thing. And then an activity like martial arts, particularly you mentioned mixed martial arts, a lot of times the people running the show lack sophistication. So they don't really know right? They're teaching how they were taught. They're encouraging. They're pushing their people into fights that they might not be ready for. So the bottom line is just like good parenting. You need good mentorship. You need good coaching. You know, you have to have the right kind of person around you that's saying the right thing and who's going to look out for your well-being. That's just super important.
I understand exactly what you're saying because just trying to make a parallel. When I was coaching football, you know, I would always tell a guy, you know, to make the hit, you know, you always want to see blue sky and not green grass.
That's
And
right.
you know, the trainer trains the fighter to fight, and the team has to monitor that guy or gal when he or she is in that fight. And you mentioned disposable. I want to add to that, and I'd like for you to speak to that. You know, a lot of times these athletes are a come up for the individual, and you know, depending that individual's level of spiritual maturity that's dealing with that athlete, it could be detrimental to that athlete's success, just for the simple fact that you know, depending on how that sleazeball potentially trainer, sleazeball manager, or someone else in that camp, we don't know if they got a gambling debt, about to get divorced, or yada yada yada, and utilizing that guy or gal as a come up, and may feel in their career that might be their last shot. You know, and that's
so accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And then we have to understand athletes are trained to compete. They're trained to compete regardless of injury, regardless of whether or not you're seeing stars. You know, they still want to go out there, and they have to have somebody in their management team and their training team that cares enough about them to say, today is not our day. Let's get back, let's get healthy, and then we can go back at it. You know, unfortunately, you look at a lot of boxers and MMA fighters, and their coaches may be, oh no, you know, just give me one more round, give me one more round. And no, you can see that they're not capable of performing to their highest standard. So pull them back, go back the next day.
Well, Sensei, let me ask you this, okay? There's a systemic problem in the Black community and in America overall with obesity and the lack of movement. And dare I say, because I believe this segues into this, there's a lack of discipline. Why isn't martial arts promoted more in the Black community and in America overall?
That's another good question, Curtis. But a lot of it honestly comes down to economics. You know, I tell people now, when my brother and I started October 27th, 1973, lessons were, you know, something like $20, $35 a month, something like that. So that was semi-affordable for my parents to pay. Today, you go to some commercial schools, and you're looking at $200 to $300 a month. You know,
should it cost that much?
Yeah.
Well,
Kurt,
it's America.
Yeah, to butt in for a second, when I was 7, I was in martial arts. I was like in martial arts 6, 7, and I moved up really quick. I was pretty good at it. And then, you know, my mom pulled me out of it. And at the time, she told me it was because, you know, she wanted me to focus on baseball. But, you know, years later, when I grew up, she told me it was because of money. It cost so much. So, you know, that's just my personal experience with it and why it ended so brief, so early for me.
Well, bro, does it have to cost that much?
Well, that's a double-edged sword, Kurt, because we live in America, and you know, people sell what they can get. You know, so to say that it shouldn't cost that much when guys are, you know, banking some serious cash in the suburbs off of martial arts schools, you can't knock that. But we have a challenge here in Detroit right now where Thursday I had an individual contact me representing the school district that was looking for martial arts instructors, urban school district, looking for martial arts instructors. And then the city of Detroit for this spring, summer is looking at 3 or 4 recreation centers to start martial arts programs in. So myself and my partner, Marvis Cofield, are taking a look at that. But the problem now, Kurt, is unlike 20, 30 years ago, we don't have the numbers of instructors around who can go and provide the services.
So you got the same problem that they have in youth sports, not enough referees, trained referees.
Not enough adults to sit back and go ahead and into these situations and teach the kids, especially if they can get more elsewhere. You know,
Okay.
that's the challenge too.
Well, it appears that goes in the same basket, and it might as well be a bag of Skittles, that everything that has to do in our community sometimes regresses to 2 things. Is somebody gonna make a sacrifice, and is somebody willing to take a bullet?
There you
And
go.
so, go ahead, Richard.
No, I'm just agreeing with Curtis.
Right. And I wanted to shout out my guy Gregory McKenzie, who I interviewed a few months ago over there up in Detroit with his martial arts program over there with the Village, and they were hosting
That's why I'm dressed up.
Oh, there it is.
Just had the 44th anniversary, and that's Marvis Cofield is the CEO of Kibalan Village.
Yeah, but
so
those
dig
good
this
people
here,
over there.
Rashard. You always be
pardon?
coming on me talking about, because he'll say something, and I'll say that's got something to do with Detroit, but Detroit. And he want to make all these jokes, like I be lying, telling stories. It's to get to the point I got to even tell Malik to look it up. Man, we deep up in here.
That's it.
Yeah, you
talk.
Shout out Martin Bagley.
Respect.
Rashard, I'm the president of the board for Kibalan Village.
Look at that small world.
Right.
I like what y'all are doing
You
up
better
there with
learn
that
how to rightfully
organization,
relate
man.
in it.
Like Kurt was saying, martial arts is so important because more than anything, any other thing that you can do as a child, like legally, it builds up, self-discipline and all of those techniques. And if kids can get that at an early age, it will change so much. Like it affects everything. If you give a kid self-discipline as a child at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, when they're 14, 15, like if someone is like, yo, we're going to do this, they're going to be, nah, because they can see their future. They can see. You guys already know. I'm stating the obvious here. I'm preaching to the choir.
No, and obviously,
I appreciate what you guys are doing.
but Rashard, the obviously oftentimes need to be stated, man, because the bottom line is this: when you have that confidence and you can walk upright like a man, and instead of cowering in fear or all that kind of stuff, being worried about someone, when somebody says something, and I'm gonna be plain, and nobody will teach, and we don't purport, and definitely my sensei doesn't purport for that you learn martial arts so you can, be a bully, but it's okay to know martial arts not to be bullied. So when somebody talking about whooping your A, my retort has always been, what you think I'm gonna be doing while you whooping my A? What you think I'm gonna be doing? You think I'm just gonna let you whoop my? Nah, man, you can't have this. This mine.
That's right.
This mine. And the thing about and since you please correct me, the thing about martial arts, it was always geared for, when it comes to actually, getting involved physically with somebody, that a little guy could have a chance against a big guy.
There you go.
But when a big guy knows it, and the big guy, can become a dolphin. And the bottom line is minnows get eaten, sharks eat everything, but dolphins kill sharks. So do you want to be somebody out here? And why, I got involved too was number one, the health reasons, but the other thing is, men out there, if somebody calls you for help, wouldn't you want to be of help? Because you come talking about you getting mad, okay, so you mad, but that don't make you no help. You right. That don't make you no help.
Your
When
girl, your
somebody call you for
sister,
help, you
Right,
your
wanna be-
right,
mom.
right.
You know, I
when
think
somebody
about we
call
think
you
about
for
this
help,
stuff
you
all
want
the
to be
time.
able to help
If you
them.
with your girl and someone does something to your girl and you right there and you can't
We're like-
defend, you might as well just walk home, brother, and focus on yourself for the next year. Because that is over with. So
And
like you say, Kurt.
You done.
Yeah, and the bottom line, about you having that pistol and this, that, and the other, I mean, you better be able to draw that pistol and have a you need confidence out here as a man to be able to walk like a man, to be that priest, protector, and provider of your household.
Y'all got me wanting to get back into martial arts as an adult. Go ahead, Malik.
But yeah, Mr. Richard, I had a question. So, we of course, we talked about how it teaches self-discipline in kids and everything. Like, so it seems like martial arts is kind of like something that could be really important when you're coming up. Just how do we make that more interesting, more attainable for younger kids coming up?
Watching Out of Bounds.
One is shows like this, and a lot of it has to do with information. Again, we've mentioned MMA a couple of times, and I'm not going to bash MMA per se, but it's a little bit different than a classical martial arts school where you're bowing, you're learning respect, you have some tenets that you're following, and things like that. The standard MMA gym is similar to a boxing gym. So you go in, you learn some things that are going to help improve your skill set. You work on your conditioning, but the main thing is getting you ready for competition and fights. Whereas the martial arts school itself, there's some of us like myself who love tournament competition, but that's for my A and B students. Those students who are not A and B students, I'm not necessarily going to throw them into the tournament arena, but I'm still working to get inside their heads, to let them know how great they are, and that with hard work they can do anything. I'm proud of. I have one of my students that just messaged me. He's in Washington D.C. He works for the government, works for the Attorney General. So he just posted a picture of him with the Attorney General and that type of thing. And I told him, hey, I'm super proud of you. Those that have gone on to professional careers, that's major. My son is an associate with Hannibal Law Firm, right? He's also the top heavyweight fighter in the world in tournament competition. My daughter is a project manager with Ford Direct, but she's been the #1 woman fighter in the world for a number of years. So it's being able.
I don't want to mess with your family, Richard. Everybody at the family table. I don't want to say anything wrong to any of y'all.
Right.
Well, it's 7 of us Plowdens that are black belts. There's 7 of us.
I'm good off that. Y'all got it.
But the key is using the same attitude that you use to get your black belt to become successful in business and become successful in other endeavors. And that's what we want children who look like us to see. I don't care about them seeing the badass. I want them to see the professional that can speak in an articulate fashion, who loves to read, loves to, and wants to help their community.
And that's an ongoing thing at Out of Bounds. We had Coach on there from Minnesota, Coach Larry McKenzie. And, you would think that, some of the talk path that Larry had is the same that Cincy Richard has too. And that's what we're all about in Out of Bounds. Focusing on people that's doing real things for real people, and most of the time they got a strong influence on Black people. I mean, Brother Richard mentioned that. I asked him, do you got any famous students? Well, he just told you about 2 or 3 of them, and you know, the bottom line is this. Yeah. You know, there's 300 and some odd people that play in the NBA at all times, but there are only a couple black folks at Heineken Miller, Schwartz. You know, I mean, Heineken Miller. Is it still Schwartz on there? Or just Heineken Miller?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
The law firm. It's a big time law firm. You know,
It's the largest law firm in the state.
yeah, big time. You know, so you know that doesn't go without notice. And the attorney general is the top cop in the United States. So when we're entering those genres, we got to focus on it because you know we're not going to love them to death, and sometimes they pay the bills, they give us tickets, but you know we're not going to see that highlighted in essence. I mean, this dude right here that I'm talking to, who I love, you know, is doing remarkable things. And you know, and he should be highlighted and everybody should know his name, you know, just like you know, Maxwell or somebody. I won't say Prince because Prince the man, but at least Maxwell. At least Maxwell now.
Oh, you're a big Prince fan, Kurt?
Hey man, I was at y'all, segue, you know, y'all boy Trae Young.
Ice.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, youngin. They tell me Prince used to play like Trae Young.
Ah.
Now, who is it that talks about Prince? Wait. Who is it that talks about Prince playing them in high heels, though? Was it Arsenio Hall? Oh, Charlie Murphy.
Oh, Charlie Murphy. On the Dave Chappelle
Prince
show.
played like Trae Young played like Prince. Yeah, that's what they tell me.
But also salute to Officer Dale Brown over there. We're talking about self-defense and everything like that, and having that confidence, Kurt, as you were saying a few minutes ago, and also saying, you know, we need to you know, uplift people like Mr. Richard over here and stuff like that. That's another guy who, you know, got that attention or whatever from going viral on TikTok, and now Dale Brown is doing great things up there.
And where are you, Rashid?
I'm in Atlanta.
You're in Atlanta? And Malik, you're in Atlanta also?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they're Munson's main men, man. You remember Munson rolling out the newspaper back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Munson's still doing his thing and in a powerful way and working through people. And I'm just glad to have Rashard and Malik helping me, you know, do this thing. And I think our 30 minutes is almost up. And you can hang out as long as you want. We're gonna transition to NCAA basketball. You know, do you've been following this, Brother Sensi?
I was up until North Carolina just doing their thing this afternoon. So that kind of broke my heart. I watched the Michigan women last night.
Oh, Nas Hillman, a beast. Might be going to Atlanta. Might be headed to Atlanta.
Man,
that number 3 pick. I think it's between her and Shakira Austin from Ole Miss to go to number 3 to the Atlanta Dream. So we'll see. But I definitely think Nas is probably going top 5. She's relentless.
You're an Atlanta Dream fan?
Unfortunately.
Well, they got rid of the owner though, right? So it's cool.
Yeah, they got rid of the owner. So it was just a mess with new ownership, progressive ownership last season. But we'll see what they could cook up. You know, they have to bounce back, and it's kind of been like 2 years of just kind of mess. So like it'll be interesting to see what happens next year. But the thing I wanted to ask to kind of connect things before we went full on basketball, one of the greatest college basketball player of all time, and you know, one of the greatest in NBA history, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, bringing it full circle.
Bruce Lee.
The whole exactly. Bruce Lee. So first things first, I guess just what did that scene mean? What did that movie mean to, I guess, the popularity of martial arts in the Black community? And then second, you know, with LeBron on the heels of breaking that scoring record, where do you have Kareem in your all-time rankings for basketball?
Well, Rashard, hold on a second though. We got to call out the movie. The movie was The Game of Death.
Look at Kurt. Go ahead now. the thing about it is though, the game of death was finished after Bruce Lee had died.
Yes, sir.
So it didn't really get the push that Enter the Dragon did. And Enter the Dragon was the one that was released in July of 73 that just kind of opened up everything, right? So Bruce Lee had the idea of the game of death and, the different chambers and things. And Kareem, being as tall as he was an interesting foe. So that was also part of bringing martial arts into the mainstream. Talking about LeBron breaking Kareem's records, we have to stop and think that the NBA today is not the NBA of the 70s. Kareem played in a different time and place. And let me ask this too, in breaking that scoring record though, how many 3-pointers did Kareem have?
I think about that all the time. I think maybe
Yes.
1 or 2.
I don't think he had any. So,
Malik.
he scored his points were 2 and 1, right? 1 from the free throw line, 2, and then the sky hook and that type of thing. But, he was just a special type of athlete.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, Richard. He had 1.
He did. Wow, call the police. What year did he have it? Because the 3-pointer came after the ABA left.
Yeah, right. The
So-
3-pointer came like in the middle of probably Kareem's career.
Yeah, because I know the ABA initiated the 3-pointer with the red, white, and blue ball and all of that stuff. So,
They
but
say
no,
he went 1 from 18 from 3.
1 for 18. Okay, so he shot 18 in his career. But how many sky hooks did he hit?
A triple gazillion.
Yeah. So that's my answer to that question, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
I have Kareem number 2 still.
Pardon?
I have Kareem number 2 still in my ranking.
Behind who?
Who's number 1, Jordan?
Jordan.
I can't. Jordan doesn't exist in my world.
Oh yeah, I forgot y'all Detroit.
Y'all Detroit. Hey, they keep that same energy.
Yeah,
Skippy.
and Jordan had his logo on every team's jerseys, and he had it on the Detroit jersey. That is just hilarious to me when the Detroit Pistons had the Jordan logo on their jerseys. But yeah, I have Jordan. Hold on, let me do a quick rundown. Melissa. Jordan, Kareem. Who do I usually have number 3? I forget. I think maybe Russell.
Kobe?
Russell.
What? Bill
yeah.
Russell?
No, Wilt, Russell. And then 5, I have
represent.
Kobe. No, Duncan. 6, I have Kobe. 7, I have LeBron. 8, I have Magic. 9, I have Bird. 10, I have Shaq.
Kurt, it's okay. It's
No,
okay,
this
Kurt.
is
It's
what it's
okay,
all about.
Kurt. It's okay, Kurt. It's okay. It's okay.
And I have Zeke.
Hey,
I
you
have
know
Zeke
what?
in my top 20.
Richard Pryor made an album about you back in the day.
Yeah. That's right. Tell him, Kurt.
Yeah.
That
What
is
was it?
crazy.
What was it called?
That was it.
Kurt, what is your list? Kurt, what is your
Hey,
list?
Did
Kurt,
you
what
say
is your
you
list?
have Isaiah in the top 20?
I got Zeke in the top 20. I got Zeke in the top 20.
How many point guards do you have better than him?
Magic, Steph Curry.
You have Steph Curry better than Isaiah?
Come on.
He's a better shooter.
Steph Curry's a better player.
Steph changed the
than
game. No, I
Isaiah
thought Steph
Thomas.
changed the game.
Unfortunately.
You think Chuck Daly will let Zeke throw that stuff up? That Steph be throwing up?
It's a different game. What did Richard? You just said it 5 minutes ago. Now y'all changing your whole tone.
No, but
It's a different game.
you're saying it's a different game, but you're using the same criteria to rate from different generations.
And then he's real slick with it, Richard. He tries to act like he's giving so much nostalgia, like Bill Russell and you know, putting all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
the greatest
real
defender
with it.
ever with 11 championships.
What about George Mikan?
No, stop it. I can't put anybody in my top 10 that played with a peach basket.
Did I hear you say John Stockton?
Stockton, he's in there. I mean, but no, I didn't name him. He's in there though.
Should Zeke have been on the Olympic team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
I felt I met the requirements, but I didn't make it. So salute to The Last Dance, a great.
We know why he didn't make it.
I was hopeful that he would try to bring this in. I understand Will Chamberlain had got involved in some martial arts too. Is that about right?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that.
He just played in Conan the Barbarian.
Took some pictures with my man Ali too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching some old Wilt Chamberlain highlights for the other stuff he did. I mean, he was just a monster, man.
He was
moving like LeBron without the weights.
Yeah. So no, actually, the numbers speak for itself. I got to start moving LeBron up a lot higher on that list.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself, and the parallel between him and Kareem, as far as how many years played, when Kareem was in 18, 19 years, he didn't look like LeBron.
He went because he was too busy being the greatest college basketball player of all time.
But how much does LeBron spend on his health and welfare every year?
How much more?
A milli.
He has invested in himself to
Tom
make
Brady.
sure that he can stay healthy. Yeah. And that's what's different today too. They don't go out and party and drink like they used to, right? They don't run the streets like they used to.
No, let's talk about the bug in the room though. Talk to me about steroids, what you know about them, Sensei. And who own them and what they do and most of all, what I don't like is this, okay? I don't want nobody to do anything that's going to adversely affect their body to the point where they're not going to be able to wipe their own behind, and because they were so arrogant, obtuse, or whatever, want nobody else wipe their behind for them unless they paid them. And what I found is you got regular people in the gym, regular gyms taking that stuff.
That's right. For the individuals that I've been around, a lot of it to me has to do with some low self-esteem. So they think they're getting self-esteem in a syringe.
Okay.
And it is definitely harmful. I have an acquaintance of mine who passed away a couple of years ago, very prominent in the martial arts industry, that I'm sure that's why he passed away early. I also, man, y'all are recording this too. I don't want to admit this publicly, but I'm also a professional wrestling fan, right? I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania in a couple of weeks with Roman Reigns and, the
shout out to Triple H.
Listen, there you go. But Malik, that defibrillator, I'm sure is because of steroids. I am sure that if you look at the numbers of professional wrestlers who died before 65, with the majority of them, it has to do with steroid use. Rick Rude, the Ultimate Warrior, all of these guys that have left here early, they were juicing.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. Yes, it was part of their culture.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah. Well, Chris Benoit lost it too because of the concussions and all of that stuff. That is an industry that is definitely nomadic. And with Scott Hall just dying 2 weeks ago, I read where one of the wrestlers, I think it was Bret Hart, said if they hadn't spent during that time, if they hadn't spent 300 days a year on the road, they might have lived longer. So in addition to the steroids, it was the alcohol. There used to be a promotion called ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
Out of Pennsylvania. And I have a friend that was a referee for ECW, and he told me that locker room was like a pharmacy. He said the amount of
ECW was
drugs,
wild.
yeah, well, yeah, but but you can only have your pain tolerance only goes so far, then you need help, right? They were doing thumbtack matches, barbed wire matches, all kinds of crazy stuff. And that's just
Man, I used to love Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors.
Oh, there you go. Look.
Those was my guys, man.
Yeah.
And I pattern, and I'm giving up one of my secrets, but I like to talk sugar honey iced tea, just like Jim Cornette, minus the tennis racket.
Listen to you.
That dude could talk so much junk. He was so funny. And another one of my favorite, I like the promoter, the Slickster. Slickster would go off.
Yes, Slick.
I slapped the fire out his mind.
Hey, look, hey, Kurt, and I appreciate this so much, but you still have evaded my question. Who is your top 5 basketball players of all time?
Okay, I gotta go Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Wilt,
Bill Walton.
No, Magic, and then I gotta follow that up with the ones I love with my heart: Zeke, Barkley, Kobe, and Dream.
Oh, no Bird, no love for Bird in the top 10.
I love Bird. He just didn't make my. Since I'm picking him, I get to pick him, and he wouldn't make. Yeah. I'm being a little biased.
Where's Shaq at? Where's Shaq?
Oh, Shaq's non-existent. He ain't in my. He ain't in. He's a top 6 center, but if I was building a team, I'd pick Rodman before I pick Shaq.
You said Rodman.
Is that just the Detroit love?
Team, if I was building a championship team, I'd pick Dennis Rodman before I pick Shaq.
Kurt.
Is that because he got the Detroit ties?
The bottom line is this: the bigger question is, give me four power forwards you'd rather have than Dennis Rodman.
Shaq is the most dominant player to ever play the game.
Is Tim Duncan considered power forward or a center?
Yeah, so power forwards, you got Tim Duncan,
Kevin Garnett.
Who?
Kevin Garnett.
Oh,
Dirk Nowitzki.
I'll take Rodman over the ticket, man.
I'll take Rasheed Wallace over Rodman.
No.
What about Karl Malone?
None of them guys
people don't acknowledge his existence ever since that.
Baby. Oh yeah.
If we are acknowledging him, if we giving him the R. Kelly pass, we're gonna put Karl in the top 5 of power forwards. And then
hey guys, I have to run. I'm
all
sorry.
All right, Richard. We appreciate the time so much.
Thank you, Richard.
Love you, man.
Love you too, brother. We'll talk offline.
Where can people find you on social media, support you, Richard?
Oh, absolutely.
That's a great question. Richard Plowden on Facebook. I'm not really into the whole Instagram and that type of thing. So
we got to get you a young intern to help you blow you up, man. We'll talk about that.
Listen. If you have that ability, Kurt, I'm there.
I know.
All right, we'll talk, man.
Our net worth is our net worth. Okay.
Amen.
Thank you,
You guys
sir.
be careful, okay?
Thank you,
Mr.
Plowden.
God bless.
See ya.
Brother, salute too. And this is our king. This is my king of the week. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys are great. Take care.
Okay, you too, fam. Yeah.
Right.
So, man, I love that guy. Well, y'all can tell.
I'm trying to think. This power forward.
This man Rashad not letting it go.
So, all right. I just named 5. All right. I'd rather have at power forward over Rodman. Duncan, Garnett, Dirk, Karl Malone, if we count him.
Man, I'd rather
Rasheed
have
Wallace.
Barkley over. I'd rather have Barkley over all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Barkley.
Oh, Barkley. I forgot about Barkley.
I don't know if I'm taking Kevin McHale over Dennis Rodman. I don't know if I'm doing that.
Man, Kevin McHale put in work. Yeah, I mean the ticket and all of that. Whatever. So, Rashard.
Yeah.
Didn't I say Kansas was gonna do the thing?
Yeah. Salute to Kansas. Salute to Kansas.
Man, that's
Still
crazy.
playing, ain't they?
Is Gonzaga still in it? Did they lose yet?
They
Oh,
lost.
they lost.
They lost.
Who Gonzaga lose to?
Was it Arizona?
You trying to be all silly on live?
Arkansas. They lost to Arkansas.
Well, Chet fouled out early. Chet fouled out. He had, but they said
that's not number one pick behavior. Well, what's up with your guy, Kurt Imani Bates? What's up with him, man? He came out too early. Daddy gassed him up.
Yeah. Hey, it ain't gonna be the first time, ain't gonna be the last time. But shout out to that Rupert on St. Peter's. His boy, his uncle is my boy Jeep. And you know how you always about that Detroit connection. So yeah, even at St. Peter's, there's a Detroit connection.
I'm just looking at the St. Peter's score now from today. I didn't know they got blasted by 20.
Yeah.
I mean,
bad,
hey, man, even on Cinderella, the clock hit 12 o'clock.
Facts. Facts.
But Kurt,
the story be real good until that clock hit 12. Then it be OW. But mad props to their coach. I love him, man.
Yeah.
You know,
former McDonald's All-American.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, he's out of little school, you know, Stadium 2500, and Quinn Snyder. Where's Quinn Snyder coaching now? Utah Jazz or something?
I think Snyder's still with Utah. Snyder's still with Utah. He should be. Yeah. Because you know, Kenny Atkinson, the other guy, he got fired. But
Eric Musselman is the head coach, and Keith Smart, you know, stud of the, you know, championship game is his assistant. I never figured this stuff out.
Musselman's still with Arkansas, right?
Yeah, and Keith Smart's his assistant.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So what I'm saying is, you know, you can be a stud, you know, do studly stuff out here and still, you know, what would always be, you know, bridesmaid.
100%.
Yeah.
But Kurt, do you have any intel on the whole Imani thing? Like, do you have any connections to Imani or his family, his pops, or anything up there?
No, and the thing is, I'm close enough to find out, and you know, I don't want to be the Stephen A out here, you know, and you know, be, you know, breaking down black men. So, you know, I'm gonna let it unfold a little bit more.
It's just a interesting thing to watch from afar, to watch a kid get pulled out of his school, create a new school for that kid for basketball purposes only. Put the kid in that school that you built just for their basketball purposes. Commit to one school, decommit to that school, say you're going pro, leave school early altogether, and then go to another school.
That's crazy.
And then you come out 1 year early because everybody said you were Kevin Durant. They put you on a magazine cover since you were 13 years old. People got to stop calling these 13-year-olds Kevin Durant. I think that's a part of the problem, because the daddy wouldn't be acting like that if folks weren't gassing the kid.
Yeah, but did you just listen to the segment with Brother Plowden? You know, you got these people, you know, utilizing these kids as a come up. When we talked to Coach McKenzie, you know, he was saying, and the answer is somebody got to make a sacrifice, somebody got to take a bullet. And you hit it right on the head, Rashard. You know, you was on point. Stop glorifying people who really hadn't done nothing and may never do anything.
Yeah.
I hope the best for Imani, and
Can y'all hear the out of bounds mascot?
Yeah, I do.
I love it.
I've been hearing it the past 2 minutes, but Kurt, one thing I wanted to say though.
My family's coming in, and today was my grandbaby. We celebrated his birthday party. I mean, his birthday. He's 1 year old, big time Judah. So he's Prince of the Week today. So And
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Poppy, the Incredible. It's kind of good to be a host on a nationally syndicated podcast, and you can give out props or give a happy birthday wish to the grandbaby. That is one of the
100%.
benefits of studying hard, but more importantly, loving the Lord, and good things happen.
Facts.
I say.
Preach.
And then another thing with Imani though that I was thinking of was, you know, you wish the best for him continuing on with his sophomore season, but you also think about the coaching situation.
Right.
Now Penny Hardaway gets blown up for allegations and breaking the rules and violations, and Memphis knew about it, and all they had to do was suspend him for 7 games, and they didn't suspend him for the 7 games. Now the information's out, it's reported. Salute to the commercial appeal and all those dudes over there, Jason Muntz. I forgot that the other writer, it escapes my mind right now off the top. I believe it was Gianardo, both of those guys over there at the commercial appeal in Memphis. But now it's like Penny Hardaway in Memphis is up in loom, is up in the air. And it's like, who's going to guide this kid? At the end of the day, I feel like so many people on so many levels have failed Imani Bates.
Yeah.
And everybody, like we said, held him to the next great one.
And the biggest thing with when stuff like this happens is, you know, we haven't arrived to the point, nor do we control the system, a point that we can afford scandals like this.
Right.
You know, even with this talk show, you know, I make sure I carefully craft my comments, as well as Malik, who's our producer. You know, we don't want to do anything to damage the brand, and we don't want to do anything to damage the brand we serve, which is Black folks and fellow Americans. You know,
Right.
We don't want to do that. It's so many people. I mean, this ain't TMZ. You know, Out of Bounds ain't TMZ. Yeah, we say some out of bounds stuff, but you know, we don't want to do out of bound things that destroy the lives of others.
Mhm.
You know, it's plenty of people out there doing a good enough job of tearing down our people. You know, we have an opportunity, you know, this hour or whatever we own, to spotlight Black people and uplift Black people, and that's what we about. But we got to present the news, and we do it in a factual way. So Rashard, I applaud you. That's some good reporting, baby.
You just feel bad for the kid, and I think like you said, Kurt, like we have a unique opportunity here Out of Bounds to present the Black side of things, and I think the Black side of things that people aren't really talking about is who fails in this. Like when
Yeah.
there's a scandal at these college programs, who fails and who suffers the most is the kids. You know, and the kid that I think about the most, beyond their best players and their star players on the team this year, is the guy who came off the bench, the guy who became a role player, the guy who became the 6th, 7th talk about player on that team, who was Imani Bates. Because Imani Bates, a couple of years ago, I mean, I know we live in the generation of 1-minute TikToks, but 13 months ago, he was the biggest thing in college and high school basketball. And people were talking about this kid like he was this and that. And, you know, like you said earlier, Kurt, like, you know, his father probably saw that, tried to capitalize on it as early as he possibly could. And things just have crashed and burned for him. They're continuing to get worse and worse, it seems, by the day. And if nobody else is going to say it, if no one else is going to care for him, I think it's important that we at least mention it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy just to see how these kids just get so much publicity early. And like Kurt said, they haven't even done anything yet. Like they verified already, bro. Like you still in middle school, high school. Like, how are you verified?
Yeah, where's the football player Bunchy? Well, the little guy, the guy that was running around, you know, talking about he had like 10 scholarships when he was in the 6th grade or something.
What?
Oh, there was this one kid who was offered, Alabama offered him when he was like 12 or 13. Jaheim Otis over there in Mississippi, excuse me. And he was offered by Nick Saban when he was like 12 years old. And he committed to Alabama this past year, but he stayed on that path of being one of the best players in the country and one of the best players in Mississippi. We named the Dandy Dozen last year, my former employer. But Jaheim Otis, I forgot what school he went to. He went to the same school as Walter Payton, Columbia. Okay. So yeah, salute to Jaheim Otis, who, you know, it's one of those kind of rare stories of a child prodigy that kind of is as good as they're
Hate it.
projected to be. You know, you think
Yeah.
of that's another reason why, you know, you can say what you want about LeBron and his NBA career and his finals record, and his decision to build teams and jump from team to team. But the one thing that you can't deny
He
about it is
lived
the
up to the
fact that
hype.
lived up to the hype. And no
Lived
one
up to the
does that.
hype.
No one
So
like
Rashard, I know you and Malik are trying to, you know, we're almost about to go over, but you guys ain't gonna get away with it. We down to the 8 teams. Who going to the Final Four?
Mm.
Who's gonna win in the Final Four?
I got Duke.
I'm still sticking with Kansas.
on the women's side, I got South Carolina. On the men's side, on the men's side, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't know any of these teams. I ain't been watching. But I think I'm gonna go with, for the sake of narratives, I'm gonna go with UNC. UNC
Oh wow.
ends Coach K's career,
Oh,
and UNC goes on to win the chip.
Okay.
Did they beat him in his last home game?
They did, had him looking sad.
So this is truly a house divided. So with that
Very
being
true.
said, yeah, house divided. With that being said, Rashard, since you like to focus on the ladies so much, give us our queen of the week and take us home, brother.
Aaliyah Boston, man. Aaliyah Boston, she put up a 2020 game in the Sweet 16 for number 1 South Carolina. South Carolina got off to a sluggish start in the NCAA tournament to come back 20-plus points, 20-plus rebounds, and a W to get them to the Elite Eight. Big time buckets, big time performance from Miss Aaliyah Boston.
All right.
I love it.
Okay. Well, Rashard, take us out.
Y'all don't have a queen of the week? I'm the only one with the queen of the week?
Hold on, we was gonna co-sign you. We was gonna co-sign, but shoot, I'll still stick with mine from last week, Brittany, until they set her free, man.
Free
Till
Brittany.
they set her free.
Free
Free
Brittany.
Brittany, for
Free
sure.
Brittany.
My king of the week. Gotta go Trae Young.
Ah, please.
Trae Young comes
Oh,
into Madison Square Garden, has the entire
Anyway,
leave Trae
because we running over.
Cause we running over. Kurt don't want to hear it.
For alley-oop.
My king
Does the
of
crowd
the
like
week
this?
is my Cincy
Tosses up
Richard
Taj Gibson
Plowden.
and then gets the
Hall of
Sprite deal to
Famer.
end the week. Trae Young
And
is
my-
my king of the week.
And my prince of the week is Judah Vincent Curtis Baldwin, my 1-year-old grandson. Happy birthday, Judah. And it's tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
All right,
King of the week,
all
I'm
right.
gonna go Richard Plowden too. I'm gonna go with Sensei.
Okay. There we go.
Thanks,
there we go.
Malik.
Kurt. I got you, Kurt.
Salute to coincidences. This is a brother. His
that's
clothing
hard.
brand over there. I met him in LA. And yeah, he sent me some stuff. So, salute to him.
Is it
100%.
leather?
It's leather. You already know, man. You already know what it is. It's
Can
real
already
Letterman
see.
jacket fit.
Hey man,
He sent me my sizes. You know I'm skinny and long. He
I need
sent me.
I need a couple X's, man.
I got you. I'll see what I can make happen, Kurt.
We need out of bounds Letterman jacket.
The out of bounds.
We need merch. We need merch.
Hey, check the shirt out. It say Poppy, so you know what time it is.
Yes, sir. Hey,
All right,
but
fam.
hey, we
Love
appreciate
y'all, man. Love the listening audience too, man.
100%.
Always.
100%. Hold on. My mic fell off. But I want to say thank you, Mr. Cincy, Richard Plowden, once again, man. Hey, everybody that tuned in, like Curtis, Johnson said, we appreciate it. Until next week, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, stay 6 feet, wear your mask, and stay healthy, man. We care about you. Be easy.
Sir.